All right, this is January 21st, 2015, and so far we have the heaviest snowfall of the year occurring right now. Snow's coming down hard. It's been snowing for about a half an hour, and the ground's already white. We probably got a ½ inch already, but big fat wet flakes right now. This is very, very heavy snow right now. Waited all year for this. I'm saying we can get 2 to 4 inches out of this easy. Under a winter weather advisory, from the last I heard, till 10 p.m. tonight. But it's coming down hard right now. There's a clipper system that's blowing up off the Delmarva coast right now, but it's going to head out to sea. So we're going to get a quick burst of heavy snow here for the next few hours, and then it's going to move out to sea. And I wouldn't be surprised to see some thunder snow out here, because when you get these exploding clippers off the Atlantic coast, you can get thunder snow. And I was looking at the radar, and there's even heavier snow coming out from the south. I'd say these flakes are about quarter size. Temperatures are in the lower 30s, probably around 34 degrees right now. I'm going to be making a couple updates throughout the day here for progress on accumulation and what the storm's doing. We could be looking at another system on Saturday. We could dump even more snow, but that's still a few days away, and we could actually get some rain out of that. So keep our fingers crossed for that storm, but focusing on this one right now. Snow's coming down real hard. Wet snow. Very good for snowman making. Tomorrow's Thursday, so we will probably have school because the heaviest snow is going to occur from now till about 10 p.m. Actually, probably a little earlier than that, from now till about 8 p.m. So they'll have the roads were salted today, and they'll probably have them plowed by tomorrow. So I'm pretty sure we'll go to school tomorrow. But you can see the snow's very, very wet. Perfect. I mean, look at that. Very easy to make a snowball. Very little effort at all. Alright, so here's what the radar looks like right now as of 3:30 p.m. Very heavy snow getting ready to move into the area. I mean, I showed you the video earlier. That was around 3 o'clock with the first band. It's lightening up a little bit right now, but there's some heavier snow coming in from the southwest. The low pressure is currently off the Delmarva down here, and it's going to head out to sea. So the heavy snow is going to go out to sea with it, but it's going to give us a quick burst of heavy snow for the next few hours before it exits. So I'm still thinking 2 to 4 inches for Atlantic City, Mays Landing, Vineland, Dover, Wildwood, those areas. It originally started out as Virga at first, but it's definitely coming down now. You guys saw that video. So I'll have video increments from the next few hours just to see what's going on. I like to document this kind of stuff, so stay tuned with me, guys. This is about 40 minutes from the last segment I filmed out here. Still got snow coming down, not as heavy as it was earlier. The flakes are a lot smaller, but there's more of them. Earlier they were a lot bigger. The temperature has dropped about a ½ degree. But there's heavier snow still coming up from the south, so it's probably going to pick up again here soon. I'd say we got about a ½ inch of snow right now on the ground. Maybe an inch. We might even have an inch, but still coming down. Wet snow sticking to everything. Looks like it's going to end a lot earlier than originally thought. It probably ends between 5 and 6 p.m. tonight instead of like 10 p.m. But it's just beautiful out here. Birds are out there eating. I fed them yesterday, put a bunch of food in the feeders. Yeah, we got about an inch now. It's about an inch of snow on the ground. I don't want to stick into my shoes. Look at this.
farther east, temperatures may not be all that different, but those snow intensities make all the difference in the world as to what the outcomes are on the road. They really do, and that's a great example of that. All right, as a matter of, where are we looking at here, Peyton? That's downtown Philly. Little foggy there, a little foggy, a little snowy in downtown Philly right now. Hey, look at this. Here's the visible image, and I want you to watch out tonight. Around D.C., across north central Virginia, back into West Virginia, some clearing skies here. So some pretty high leftover relative humidities. We're not going to dry out the roads, all right? So what we're going to see is potentially a setup here for some black ice tonight as we radiate like crazy once that sun goes down. And we'll see these temperatures drop below freezing, so please be extra careful. Snow falling, again, north of Amarillo in the Texas Panhandle, up around Taos and Santa Fe. La Junta's got about 6-7 inches on the ground. Nice little band of snow just kind of sitting here, tucked into the front range. We've still got two pieces of energy, and they're the same two, by the way, guys, that are going to cause our big storm either off the East Coast or just off the East Coast come Saturday. So those storm tracks are going to pretty much bring a pretty good dose of snow to the I-25 and the I-45 or I-40 corridors as we work our way in the next 24 to 36 hours. So there's I-25. So pretty heavy snow from Breton all the way down to Albuquerque, and then eastward to Cary and Amarillo. Could be about 5 to 8 inches. Just drive carefully, plan ahead, and realize you're going to go a little bit slower than you normally would on that track if it was dry. So here are those two pieces of energy. They're going to work their way tomorrow, again, across southern New Mexico and western Texas. This will bring the rain up into Dallas, by the way. I don't think we're going to have a problem with ice and snow in Dallas. We may, I don't know, change the snow at the end of this thing, but I don't think it's going to be long enough and it's going to be cold enough to really matter. But this energy is really incredible. I mean, the bottom side of this trough and the jet stream comes swinging around so fast that watch the whole orientation of this trough change. It goes from this northeast-southwest fashion to a northwest to southeast fashion. And, you know, if you remember in severe weather season, Forbes talks about this kind of a transitioning upper low where it pretty much brings the cold pocket right over the warm sector, and you wind up with explosive storms and tornado genesis all over the place. So not the case here. What we're going to have is explosive low pressure at the surface, and unfortunately a lot of snow, I think, to come along with that. So let's take a look at this. Don't feel left out in the south, because there's a chance we could go rain to snow across middle Tennessee and up into Kentucky. And some of this will accumulate as we get into the colder temperatures Friday night and on and towards Saturday morning. We still have snow showers. Even Asheville is in this as well. So don't feel left out if you're in the south. Saturday night, here goes our low pressure system making its way up toward Nova Scotia. Could be some very heavy snow. Boston, Hartford, Providence, New York City as well. At some point during the day on Saturday, this corridor from Boston, maybe a little bit farther south than that, on down toward Philly, maybe even Baltimore, is going to be very heavy snow. And it's going to be for a few hours as the low passes on by. There is some pretty decent dynamics here with the low levels coming up into southern New England. Wouldn't be surprised at all to get some thunder snow around the Boston area, Providence as well, maybe even the Cape, given the dynamics of this storm. And as this happens and this low pulls on out, we're going to have another clipper coming down through Chicago on Sunday as well. So we're just transitioning in and out of these things really quickly. So the European model brings us just either over or inside the benchmark. GFS brings it a little bit farther to the east, and really that makes all the difference in the world as to how much snow we're going to get. Some of these European totals I think are way too high given the speed of this. However, you know, if you snow for 3 inches an hour for about 6 hours, guess what? You wind up with 18 inches. So we'll see what happens. Here's the GFS solution. And isn't it amazing when you see a system that really is only about 100 miles apart or 150 miles apart, the difference in what you get certainly in snow totals, and that's what makes forecasting such an art up in this part of the world. Benchmark being 40 north, 70 west. That's where that is. That usually means a storm passing over that. Favors a Boston snow, one inside of it. Favors rain, one off to the east of it. Favors snow even on the Cape, and lesser amounts over the interior. So that's what we're going to be dealing with as meteorologists over the next 24 to 48 hours. This is our first stab at it here at the GFC at the Weather Channel, Friday through Saturday, really following a kind of a European track here and keeping a little bit more rain, certainly. So that would be a storm that goes either just inside the benchmark here. And notice the snow totals. This kind of makes sense for the speed of this system. 5 to 8 inches here in this kind of pink lavender color. I think to get 18, guys, we're going to really have to have a storm that slows down a little bit. This one, I think, Dave and Alex, is just going to move way too fast. But don't. The takeaway is high impact. Baltimore, Philly, New York, Boston on Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. Guys, back to you.
Thanks to you.